Most pre-law students have heard of the Lsat, but not everybody knows what it is. In this video, we'll break down what the test is and why it's important. We'll also discuss how the Lsat compares to the GRE. To start, the Lsat stands for the Law School Admissions Test. It is an admissions exam you take to apply to law school. It's a skills-based time test that takes approximately 3 hours to complete. It has two main parts, a multiple choice component and a writing component. Both are required but can be taken at separate times. One of the most important things for interested Lsat takers to know is that the Lsat does not test on any substantive law. Instead, it tests skills like analytical reasoning, logical reasoning, and reading comprehension that you'll use as a law student. Currently, the Lsat is administered 9 times a year. The LSAC, or the Law School Admissions Council, is the organization that administers the exam. Note that they are frequently tweaking the exam to accommodate COVID concerns and other changes. And for anyone taking the test later than 2003, the analytical reasoning section, or the logic games, is no longer going to be part of that exam. So I advise you to check their website for up-to-date announcements on the exam you plan to take. The Lsat scoring scale ranges from a 120 at the lowest to a 180 at the highest. The average score for each test is usually a 150 or a 151. The Lsat awards points in 1-point increments, and no points are deducted for incorrect answers. The total raw score is a combination of all of your correct answers, and after arriving at a raw score, your score is then scaled to an Lsat score. The purpose of the Lsat is essentially to predict your success in law school. It's a tool used to forecast your first-year GPA by testing skills relevant to the first-year curriculum. Your Lsat score along with your GPA are critical components of your law school application and heavily influence your likelihood of admission. Now, the Lsat remains the universally accepted entrance exam for law schools across the country. However, in recent years, a growing number of schools are now accepting the Graduate Records Exam, or the GRE, in lieu of the Lsat. The reason for the move away from the Lsat is generally cited as a larger effort to make law school more accessible to people from diverse backgrounds. By accepting the GRE, they're expanding their application pool, which is great news for potential law school applicants. For those who are unsure whether they want to pursue a law degree or another graduate degree, you now have the flexibility of taking the GRE without restricting yourselves in deciding which career path you want to take. The Lsat, however, is only useful when applying to law school and is not accepted by other graduate programs. It should be noted at this time that not all schools accept the GRE. So while there are many benefits to taking the GRE instead of the Lsat, you should be sure that schools you're interested in applying to accept the GRE.